Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. Continuing on with Sin Week, we did Lust yesterday, so now we're going to go back to Wrath and continue from that way forwards. Wrath, of course, there's only a little bit of Wrath synergy in the game, that of course being your passive. If all enemies have 6 plus burn potency, apply Wrath damage up to all allies based on the Wrath absolute resonance, and attack power up to Leo Fixers as well. So you're going to try and get that working alongside 4th Match Flame, 3 Wrath for agility next turn, super good. And of course, we're going to have Gregor on the team because we can potentially get some Garden of Thorns benefits. Now, it's a little bit luck dependent, I have to say, because we can't get a 6th resonance in focused encounters. We're going to see how well that works actually getting it off. And we're also going to need to see if we can actually fuel everything with this team, right? But otherwise, we're running mostly Liu Fixers. You're getting benched because you don't have any Wrath Ego, so I don't feel like using you. Instead, we're going to use Grip Sinclair because, you know, he's got a funny Wrath skill 3. And he's got Impending Day. But yeah, this team is good because every single person who's got a Liu ID has at least 1 Wrath Ego, except for Gregor and Honglu. So Honglu's just getting benched, and Gregor, we're not using a Wrath Ego, are we? Oh yeah, starting with the stuff with Fusion Gift 2. That'll be even more burn. It'll be very solid. We kind of need to make sure enemies start with burn and don't lose burn, right? That's kind of like going to be a big deal this run. Sure, we'll do that. Don't want to go fast. We do actually have every Sin Affinity represented somehow. Now, of course, in case you do not know, Garden of Thorns does cost 2 of every single resource. So it's kind of important that we have a little bit of focus on everything going on here. You get the immediate Wrath Resonance if we wanted to, though it wouldn't help because it wouldn't trigger the effect of your passive, because enemies need to have 6 plus burn potency. So maybe we wait, second turn we go for the full Wrath bit. That'll work well enough, I think. But yeah, now that the basics for the run have been laid out, today's information. We got 2 notable things here. We're getting an ID next week. It's a single unit banner, only a single 3-star, and it is Weefy. I actually didn't look up how to pronounce it. What if I pull up, like, is Google Translate good for pronunciations? I don't know if it is. Maybe I shouldn't. We'll do this. So full Wrath, big Wrath Resonance, give Wrath to everyone. Is it in deployment order? Yeah, it is. So it means 5 Wrath Resonance, so it'll be everyone except for Gregor then? Because you guys all have enough Wrath. Yeah, that's good. And attack power up to everyone except for Gregor and Sinclair, since Sinclair isn't Leo. Whoops.
Oofy.
Oofy. So I think Oofy is the pronunciation of it, Oofy Association. Definitely a weird word, but that's how it goes. It's 11 in Swiss German? I don't know. It's the Sinclair one. Makes sense because they are in fact using halberds. 25% chance here, unlucky. They're kind of weird halberds. They're definitely pole arms to some degree. I think they're supposed to be some sort of variation on halberd. It might not be a halberd per se. I'm not an expert on weaponry, but it's got you know the pointy end. You probably don't need more stuff. Yeah, no, you don't really need it. Puffing Green is good. Yeah, definitely. Perversion's also good. Yeah, definitely. What was I saying, though? It is hard to remember. Yeah. Because it's got the pointy end, it's also got, you know, a strange blade on the side. The blade looks really odd, it looks like a signpost. That's just kind of the vibe I get from it, which is super weird looking. Cool, don't get me wrong, but very odd. What else is really interesting is the fact that they're, so we knew Ufi was the banking association, but I thought Deviat was supposed to be the contract association. Because the thing is, Ufi and Deviat have only been mentioned once. Ufi was mentioned as being, you know, focusing on banking and stuff like that. And Deviat was mentioned for, like, managing. Deviat might be male then, honestly. They might cover, like, delivery. As strange as that is, because... So Deviat was mentioned by, Molar Boatwork. When they were like, oh, we're gonna get our payment from Deviat soon. So they probably are people who, like, deliver stuff, I guess. That's interesting itself. We'll see them in time, I guess. Glad to see Ufi, though. Very drippy, that's for sure. Another very interesting thing is, what is its gimmick in V? It's not obvious in any sense. And, like, the only decent hint we have is that Heathcliff mentions that his weapon specializes in amputation. Now, does this mean he'll, like, do some sort of special effect, like, against abnormalities, deal more damage to the body part than the actual core HP or something, maybe? Something like that? It's a little bit conditional, but, like, of the 7 status effects, what makes sense? Either bleed or rupture, maybe. It doesn't really have the only ones that would make sense. But I don't know if we would get something like that, right? Very hard to say. They might just be something completely different. Maybe he might have like a little bit of bleed or something, but his main gimmick could be debuffing, honestly. Amputation, you could also be like, maybe like focus on debuffing enemy power. That's also like a possible direction you can take that, I suppose. I don't know. A lot of possibilities. We'll see Monday morning, but I don't really think I've got a lot of great guesses. Very glad to see more associations, though. I was expecting 8 if anything, but I'll take Ufi. Ufi is the association of all the associations we've known the name of but haven't seen yet, Ufi, it's been like the longest coming, right? Because Ufi was, you know, first mentioned early Ruina, because it's like a book in like urban players thing. I forget who it is. It might be like Gaze Office or something. I guess I could check that too. We've got a little Word document that has, you know, the entirety of Ruina books in it. So I'll try and like check that, I think. I probably should have used Garden of Thorns in... Okay, let's see. No, Liu Section 2, actually. Liu Section 2 is the one that mentions Ufi, really? Oh no, there's actually 2 that mention Ufi. Okay, I may be stupid then. So, Ufi Association Specialist in Dealings and Transactions. Okay, that's mentioned by Liu Section 2 Fixer, aka like the low elf minions. And other times, Hanafuda's page mentions it too. I forgot about that entirely. A lot of offices that handle this type of work being affiliated with Ufi Association are included. When a game happens with something at stake, a go-between needs to be there to prove the results were legitimate. Okay. So yeah, contracts make sense. So I guess Deviat is gonna be delivery, right? Mailman of the city? I mean, I assume they're gonna, like, protect cargo, right? That's the thing, they deliver cargo, but they're also protecting it. I guess we'll see Deviat in time. Deviat Trace, we only vaguely know their gimmick. Deviat Trace and 8 are the ones we're evading the gimmicks of now, I guess, yeah. Hana we haven't seen in this game yet, but, you know, we know what it does from Ruina. And, Dodeca hasn't even been mentioned by name yet. We don't even know if Dodeca is gonna be what they call it, but it probably will be, because that's Greek for 12. It's fairly obvious. And my bet's still that they're medical, but I don't know. Guess we'll see in time. It's very possible Mordante's notes mention it. I do know that if you actually, like... I think, like, everyone already has the entirety of Dante's notes in the files. If you were to, like, go through the files, I know people have extracted the entire thing from it. Personally, if you want to look at that, go ahead. I have not looked at it, and I'd rather you not discuss it, of course. There's also been some Canto 6 leak-ish things also found. Very minor stuff. It's just music. I mean, that's not really music, but it's minor, but it's a lot of music. It's not story stuff. I'm definitely not listening to it. You can find it if you want it, but please don't talk about it. A lot of people don't want to know that stuff beforehand. But yeah, speaking of Canto 6, we got our funny little Season 4 trailers, where we saw some, you know, artwork of Wuthering Heights, the voice of Kathy spoke a little bit, that sort of stuff. Very cool. This is, like, the worst possible usage of Garden of Thorns, because it'll give wrath damage up to everyone, like, far too late. That's fine, we don't actually want to go full wrath yet, I don't think. We just want to use this turn to, like, prepare, because we want to go full wrath when it's time for, second phase, right? That makes sense. Yeah, we also got to see the ego of Season 4. And I was not expecting, I don't think I'd ever have guessed that Heathcliff was going to be getting the Bound King ego. Because that's the abnormality that gives you the Grand Welcome. It's like a guy in a throne with a crown just kind of stuck with ribbons. Makes sense, though. It looks like it's going to be Envy or maybe Wrath. It's kind of purplish reddish. It's kind of the super obvious tell is usually like there's like a gem in the middle, and it's purplish, but you could also argue that it's reddish. It's one of the two. Envy makes a lot of sense, but if they want to mix something up, which they might do, who knows? And I would do that, I think. Impending Day, we'll double up on this. Not really great, but that's fine. We'll do this. We'll get our Wrath damage up and stuff this turn. Could force Match Flame for Wrath Fragility next turn. I don't think this is the fight to do that, though. Don't think we'll benefit that much. But yeah. Very cool stuff. I'm kind of sad because I was really hoping we'd get Bound King to be an Aleph. Unless they're gonna pull, like, you know, a twist on us and make it an Aleph after all, and not evolve. I was hoping it was gonna be an Aleph. It looked like it had Aleph-y vibes to me, and I was really hoping we'd get it like a Ryoshu Ego 4 when her Kanto came around. Ryoshu is gonna be Kanto 9. I know, it's just kind of the vibe I get, but I definitely think Bound King definitely can fit Heathcliff really well, though. Right? I think I saw someone pulling up, like, the actual, like, event quote for it, and how, yeah, it kind of fits. Kind of, like, chained by anger, I guess. Which is kind of what's going on with Heathcliff, it seems. Right? I think it makes enough sense. Also, I do realize the enemy didn't have burn on it. So, like, we didn't actually trigger the Rodion passive anyways. That's fine. We'll kill this thing next turn pretty easily. We've done a lot of damage as is. We're also stacking a lot of bleed, thanks to having Wound Cleared ++. Yeah, looking forward to it. And as expected, we're only a little bit under 2 weeks away from Season 4. Very funny. Which means that Season 4 starts on my friend's birthday. What a funny thing that is. I'll take Homeward. Actually, do we take White Gossip PM? We should. I think it's funny. For the bit, we're going for a burn team, but like, let's get a little bit of bleed in there, right? What's the worst it could do? God. There's a lot of other stuff I feel like there's to say about it. But, yeah. Also, just something to, like, note, because, like, it seems fairly obvious to me, but, like, even though Grand Welcome is a super pride-oriented ego gift, that does not mean that the actual Grand Welcome ego... I don't know if it's going to be called Grand Welcome. I assume it'll be called something else, because Grand Welcome feels like a strange name for an ego, but maybe they'll stick with it, I don't know. But, yeah, we've had situations like that before. For example, you know what else is... You know what's a gloom-focused, ego gift? The Zippo Lighter. And Wayward Passenger's ego is pride too, right? Like, that doesn't necessarily indicate anything. Sometimes it's right when they do stuff like that, sometimes it's wrong. It's inconsistent. I guess not inconsistent as much as, you know... Not that, like, big of a thing, right? It shouldn't matter too much. Ego gifts and affinities are weird sometimes, right? Yeah. I'm curious what other egos we're going to be getting. Who else is going to get the other Bound King ego, though, I wonder? Because Heathcliff's getting the Vov pretty obviously. Wonder if someone else is... I mean, current pattern is that there's a Vov and a Teth for the special egos. I wouldn't be surprised if we got, like, a Vov and a He, though, since it's, you know, fancy and all. Anyone do this? Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, you lose a lot of HP and SP from that, yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, trying to think it through. I feel like Ryoshu, as much as I'd like Ryoshu to get, you know, I feel like it fits her super well, but, she just got, you know, a Blind Obsession Teth. Who's still missing, like, another Teth, like Gregor or something? Gregor could get a Bound King, maybe? I don't know. A lot of possibilities. It's really hard for me to tell. Ishmael could make sense. Ishmael getting it's like a he. But she also just got a big seasonal ego, so... Who knows if they'll want to do something like that again. I mean, we'll take Fiery down, we'll take Elderfly's Dream. Can't do anything else there. Anything I want to sell? Probably sell Broken Blade. And then, like, roll a little bit. See if we can get anything super good for us. Sinclair, more skill 3s, absolutely. That'll work. Jun or abnormality? You know what, we'll take Jun. This is going to be a good time to try getting some more Wrath shenanigans going, right? I'd say so. We'll see how speed and Wrath is going. Okay, you're slow, that's fine. You can live with that. That just means this is a turn where we're going to set up 4th match flame. And do a lot of stuff like this. 4th match flame is hitting Jun, that's good. I do decently. Hopefully we just get a decent bit of burn on everyone. We should. That's the thing. We've got Helterfly, we've got Fiery Down. We need Burnt Wrath, Absolute Resonance to trigger that. We'll trigger that next turn then. Oh, whoops. There we go. Fine. If we really wanted to set up, we could also, you know, Capote, or not Capote, we could regret this turn, get, you know, that coin power up on Merso, so that his skill 2, or skill 3 does a little more. His skill 3 is only 2 coin though, right? Yeah, I think so. The Merso isn't great. That's fine, I'd say. 4th match flame again, more Wrath Rigidity. It looks like it didn't hit Jun here though, that's fine. Yeah, no. That's okay, Jun gets 3 Wrath Rigidity next turn, that's enough, I think. You get your sanity up a little bit, that's good. You're gonna need it. And you lose the class against Jun, don't you? Yeah. Not shocked, that's fine. Some bleed on Merso. How much bleed? It's fine. Anyways, it is Wrath turn. You are slow. I don't think it's worth guarding a Thorn thing, honestly. I'd rather go for the full Wrath. You're gonna get countered a fair bit. Yeah, that's fine. We can live with ourselves, I assume. We get some kills, though. Unfortunately, because of how the game calculates it, I do believe Rodion, unless I didn't pay attention to speed, Rodion's attack counts before the allies die, so I think she gets the full power counter. Yeah. 4 coins. Which means she gets staggered, she can't 4th match flame, she takes more damage in the process because she would have flashed otherwise. We stagger this guy, though. We still have, you know, all the Wrath damage up and the power up on our lead units and all that stuff this turn, so we're still doing well. There we go. Good stuff. That felt like the urge to go. Not really all out, because we didn't get any good, we didn't get a good garden going there. Didn't get good thorns. Sure, we'll take that. Enhanced gift? Definitely could. Helterfly, we can make it Wrath Resonance at all for more burn to all enemies. That's probably solid. Oh, we can't actually afford to do it to ++. Unfortunate. Well, we'll just get both of them to plus then. And press onwards. It is fish time. Doing a little bit of fishing. As we do. Yeah. Well, I'm still going to predict that the other avenues we're going to get Egos for is the butler guy. The, memories of the master or whatever it's called. I don't remember the name. It's speed range anyways, is it good? 3 to 7, it's mid. Okay, hopefully we'll get decent speed rolls next turn then. We'll do the setup-y stuff. Wrong 4th match flame. We're doing your 4th match flame. We'll do your regret. We'll do it against like the strongest attack, so we'll wait and see what we actually want to do that against. There. Fire knife hand. You can do that because you'll get another one next turn, sure. Stronger. Can you clash anything here? No, okay, then just hit the body bit, I guess, sure. Okay, so that means we've got these 3 to clash against still. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, we cannot redirect everything because you're slow. That's fine. We'll ignore the clap then, probably. It's not that scary. Regret that. 4th match flame, that. Hitting 3 parts. Good. Okay, looks good. Unfortunately, because of how I'm doing it, it does mean Regret's gonna be the one that gets to go, twice here? So that's fine enough, I guess. Oh, I just got a friend request on Steam from some random person. Interesting. No, I don't know who this is. This is a very solid... I don't think this is just an ignore request. I think this is a bluff. No. Yeah. I don't know who they are. They've never played a PM game. And, I don't know why they'd add me. But they're in a their like profile. I clicked on it, and like they had like a favorite group Ehagao. I don't even know how you pronounce it, but it's the anime thing, and that's just this no. Funny thing to get interrupted in the middle of the episode with, but very solid no. Ooh, funny. The body got staggered, but it got unstaggered. You don't have a lot of bleed count on the body though. Fine, you are slow once again. You've been getting awful speed rolls the entire time. You min rolled again. Your min rolls lower because you're slow. Yeah, you've got a 2 to 5 range. All right, we're still going full wrath here. We'll double up an impending day. That's fine. Let's see. What's the best way to go about doing this? If we do this, can we hit 3? We could hit 3 potentially. So, tail, clash that, fiery knife, and combust, sure. Oh, what can you clash against? Oh, you can do that then instead, maybe. You can be on partial left leg duty. You are on this duty. And then that's being ignored, but that's fine, because, clash that. It should go well. You're gonna run out of bleed. I don't really care that much, though, I don't think. I'm not really that concerned. We get a good Wrath Resonance. All the parts had enough burn to actually trigger Rodion's passive for once. It's unfortunate. I think I don't know why it has the burn conditional, because it kind of makes it just not trigger a lot of the time. I guess that's the point. They don't want it to trigger too often, but not strong enough an effect to warrant, you know, Wrath Absolute Resonance and all enemies need to have a certain amount of burn, I think. That's at least my take on it, right? There's a strong Outer Blossom Star, that's nice. Although it can only do so much for us, right? It does a lot for us, though. Yeah, 400 damage. Pretty solid. Being moody, because, we're not going to be able to actually use Gregor once again. He needs to be the fastest, and he doesn't have a haste ID, so it's really unfortunate. It's kind of hard to be the fastest when you've got average speed on, like, all of your IDs. I could just use Visvaya Gregor again. I thought about it. I figured I should just run Liu, though, because he gets the power up from Rodion's passive, which is a nice effect, but I don't know. Hard to say. Let's see. Healing, Rupture. We'll take Rupture, why not? It doesn't matter too much. Healing doesn't do too much. This is just a damage increase for us, which is a nice effect. And we definitely go full bottom path here, yeah. Looks good. Seems excellent. Might also just block with Sinclair this turn. I don't really feel like corroding because I've got 9-2 equipped on him, so he'll just kill everyone if he does. Yeah, you can just block like one of these weak attacks. Yeah, block the... That's one-sided now. You can block bottom left, that works. Now, unfortunately for us, all of these guys do resist Wrath. And, like, actually resist Wrath, not like, oh, it's just the thing speaking. They do actually resist Wrath. Unfortunate for us, eh? That's a neutral? Are you fine with that? Or do you want to, like, maybe... try this? That's a neutral, too. Everything's gonna be neutral. That's good enough. Yeah, good stuff. Cool. I think Rodion's the one we've got first in the team, right? So she's going to be the one that gets the benefit from Honglu most of the time. But the thing is, when we use enough of her ego, she loses sanity. Honglu targets the highest sanity and then focuses on deployment order. So his passive is going to Ishmael right now, I think. Because Ishmael is the only person at max, is the first person in deployment order that's got max sanity. I think I've got them deployed Rodion, Sinclair, then Ishmael. Oh, you're not max sanity either, though. Actually, no, because Outer Blossom Star. It's going to Ryoshu? I guess Ryoshu is the one getting the Honglu passive right now. Which, I mean, is fine. Anyone can use it decently enough, right? Okay, burn to death. There's no reason to attack him. Actually, this could be a good turn for the bunny, right? Funny enough, yeah. We can trigger it, so I'm gonna go for it. This is the first time we're actually going to be able to go fully into the Wrath bit. Oh, you need to flash that. Alright. And then you guys are just doing that, I guess. You're gonna corrode if that goes off, so I'm gonna not let it go off. Now everyone's got 2 Wrath power up and 2 Wrath damage up this turn. How swell. Because it's only a 5 resonance, Also, I do know, I'm just saying this because you might not tell what exactly the issue is, but the reason why I care about Gregor being fast is because I know that we just need a 5 resonance to get the 2-2, right? 5 resonance doesn't need to be absolute to get the 2 power up and 2 damage to everyone. However, I'm trying to also get, I'm trying to also do it in such a way where we get the, we get Gregor to go sooner rather than later. And that's because, what am I trying to say? I'm forgetting my words, I don't want you to lose any sort of fast on that. Because the thing is, it's on use, so if Gregor doesn't go fast, then the effect doesn't do anything, right? It only applies to the people to the right of him, effectively, unless we do speed shenanigans and the enemy's high speed or something, right? Honestly, we might be able to get speed shenanigans off against, like, him, potentially? Depending on how things go, but, you know. We at least got 1 turn whenever things kind of lined up decently enough. Might be the only time, though, yeah. I do agree that Garden of Thorns isn't, like, great, compared to the other VODs especially, but, like, that's also kind of, like, a high bar. It's a very situational ego, but I see the benefit, right? That's the thing. Everyone's losing sanity, too. I think it's just because the Gloom guys are mean. My sanity. Who's actually going to get hit by the Honglu passive right now? I'm curious. It doesn't make too big of a difference. The thing is, everyone's effectively got like a perma Honglu passive right now because that's what Seal of the Dead means. Whenever we inflict burn, we just inflict +1 count. But whoever gets the Honglu passive gets it to +2 instead. It's you right now. Everyone's at 32 except for you, and you're the first in order, so you're gonna get it. Oh, we can just go Wrath Resonance right now. Do you corrode? You do. That's fine. Now, they didn't have enough burn to actually, you know, for this to work, but, like, that's fine. You get a kill as a thing. You may be about to corrode into 9-2, which really isn't great for us. But, like, we'll live, right? 9-2 is blunt. Everyone on this team resists blunt because every single UID resists blunt. Actually, I think the new ones might be different. I don't know for sure. All the classic UIDs resist blunt, though. I know some of us are weak to Lost, like Merso is. Oh, you actually went into Impending Day. That's very nice of you. Okay, I'll take it. New Chains of Others, though, yeah. I'm having him Chains of Others so that Sinclair doesn't go twice, because I don't really feel like being hit. I know this means that, you know, Merso's getting nerfed or whatever next turn, but, like... Okay, never mind, that's unfortunate. Because the enemy died to the bleed... Sinclair, is still gonna trigger the coin, because Merso didn't. Actually, unless he doesn't get the attack on in the first place. Okay, that works too, I guess. Huh. If the bleed kills the enemy that Sinclair's clashing against, he never gets the trigger coin either. He never gets to do anything with that corrosion fact, so basically just reset his sanity to 0 in time for the Kim fight. Sure. Black Ledger... Wait a second. Did they make it so you can't roll below a 1 anymore? When did they do that? It used to be that you could roll like negative like 6 and whatever in checks. Did they change it so it means that it's min of 1? When did they change it? I haven't checked. I haven't seen that in a long time. It's been a while since they've actually, you know, done grip Sinclair for a check when he's at highest sanity. Like, that's lame. It was a funny thing too. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Oh, there's Grand Welcome, by the way. Yeah, we're getting the Avno related to that EU gift is the one we're getting. Pretty funny. Body pack, gray coat. Roll for a decent skill change, maybe? Oh, there's Glimpse of Flames, actually. You know what? We should probably just grab that. Do not need this. Do not need this. We'll take Glimpse of Flames. And we'll roll one more time. Sinclair, another skill 3. Don't mind if I do. Vermil, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Doesn't matter too much. We press onwards. Oh, I probably should have saved stuff so I could upgrade. Forgot about that. I'm still not used to there being a rest stop on this floor. It's super nice, don't get me wrong, but it's also super forgettable just because I've done so many Mirrodon 3s beforehand that I'm just not used to it. Okay, you're slow this turn. Awesome. This is going to be a setup turn, as per usual. You get one of these off, sure. I don't think you can lose against Paralyzer, so, I mean, we'll just do it against one of these instead, though, yeah. A little bit of Wrath Resonance, even that doesn't do too much. It means he takes more burn, though, right? I think so. And you're going for... Oh, that's Abominating. It was a favored before we selected. I think the Lost Resonance made a little bit of a difference, though, so that's nice. Yeah, this guy's gonna burn a bunch, especially with Glimpse of Flames. He's not really in a great spot, especially because he's weak to Wrath, and Glimpse of Flames damages Wrath affinity damage. You're not really gonna be in a great place even after the first turn. You probably just get staggered immediately, yeah. Based on just how much burn and stuff we're gonna be doing here. With a fair bit of bleed too, which is nice, but the bleed's also running out pretty frequently, so it's not building up too quickly. And we don't have any more Wrath stuff this turn. Next turn is when we'll get a bunch of bleed off, because next turn is going to be, ideally, the Wrath turn. You lose a lot of Sandy, but he's also got 6 Wrath for agility, so I think we can live with that. Getting deja vu to the run I did last week, where I just spammed, you know, 4th match flame on this guy, and he Wrath to death. Does Wrath for agility, does it affect Glimpse of Flames? I don't know if it does. I don't think so, because it's based on... What was I saying, though? Yeah, because it's based on, I guess too slow once again. Awesome. It's based on resistance. It's not, like, based on fragility and stuff, right? So I don't think it actually does anything. If we say instead of inflicting Wrath Fragility, we reduced his Wrath defenses, his Wrath resistance, then it probably would have affected that. But that is not how that works. And yeah, 4th match lane just kills. Not really a shocker there. So, did we get a lot of benefits from Crown of Thorns? Or from Garden of Thorns? Nope, not really much at all. But you know, funny Wrath Resonance. That's cool, at least. Gregor outdamaged Ryoshu and Murso, at least, because, you know, he's goated. Cool. We get our 3 levels, some Starlight, all the good stuff, all the good normal stuff. 111 Scabbards, because Scabbards sure do a lot for me. The event ends next week, so anyone who needs Scabbards better make sure to get on the grind. This has been a 32-minute run, though. Okay. Fair, I guess we wrapped these guys a little too hard. Oh, 2-star, nice. We're doing daily extractions, see if we get some shards. I could benefit from some shards. Some Heathcliff shards could be nice right now, especially since I'm probably gonna need to shard the new ID. Especially since I don't really see much of a need to pull if there's no 2-star. Kinda sad there's no 2-star. It's kinda strange if you're giving Heathcliff a skill 3 right before his season starts too. Because if he's gonna get a seasonal 3-star, that means it'll be his 5th 3-star. Wouldn't be surprised if PM's just not including Sun Shower, though, because people like to crash on him, but he's goated. Yeah, this was basically just the run I did last week with Wrath for Agility, but I tried using, Garden of Thorns. It didn't do very much. And we just got 6 Wrath for Agility, and we just exploded him. He took like 1,000 burn damage that turn. He would have been even more super dead if we didn't have White Gossip PM, but because I was like, oh, we could technically get some bleed shenanigans going, I rolled with it. But anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!